We are live. It looks like we're live. How's everyone doing? Good evening, everyone. Today is December 5th. Unless you're in the East Coast, then it's December 6th. And boy, oh boy, today has been a crazy day, man. The Juan Soto rumors just keep pouring in. We got some, big news from Jack Curry. He was on the Michael K show and he dropped some jewels, whatever he knows. We got some tweets. I don't know how credible they are, but they have been buzzing about the Red Sox. And also, like the title says, do the Yankees get the last lick? So it's been reported by what's his name? Fine Sands. I don't even know how to say his name, but the dude said that apparently that Juan Soto said he would give the Yankees the chance to pretty much top any offer. So before he signs with anybody, he's gonna circle back to the Yankees and see if they can match or beat that offer, which is pretty much what I've been saying since the beginning. I was like, you know, he already has a relationship with the Yankees with Hal Steinbrenner, Brian Cashman, Aaron Boone. I mean, usually it's customary for the team that the players was currently on to, especially if he wants to play with that team, to circle back after he gets all his bids and give the team the chance to bring him back. It reminds me a lot of what the New York Giants did with Saquon Barkley. Um, Same thing with him. They allowed him to go to test the free agency waters, and he came back and told him, "Hey, this is what they're offering me. Can you match it?" Because he wanted to stay with the Giants, but they didn't, and they're regretting it now. But let's get into some of the stuff that. Hey, what's good, Eli? Nando 390 was good, guys. What is good? Let's get into some of the key notes from Jack Curry's appearance on the Michael K show. I mean, pretty much he couldn't confirm the report that the Yankees will have last licks on the negotiations. He thinks it could be an interesting wrinkle if true. So he can't confirm nor deny it. I think that it is true because, like I said, it's just customary. It's just I don't know. I feel like that's the least he can do. Right. Jack Curry believes four teams are in on this, with the Dodgers more on the outside. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna mention right now, the notes from Jack Curry, is kind of stuff that we have already been speculating. But I mean, it's good to hear it from someone who's on the inside, who really knows what's going on. And when Jack Curry speaks, it's legit. Eli King says Giants are not regretting letting Barkley go. We suck. We need to rebuild. I mean, look, if that was the case, then they should have never signed. They should have never gave Jones that contract. You know, but we're not talking about the Giants right now, Eli. But I appreciate it. Uh, Jack Curry believes Soto will get 14 to 15-year deal with an AAV surpassing Otani's 43 million per year. Um, which it turns out to be 46 million per year with the luxury tax hit. The AAV could hit up to 50 million a year, but he's certain the number will be over 43 million. So we talking about the mid to upper 600 million mark, especially with 14 to 15 years. Jack Curry always also said negotiations are winding down and Boras will want to make an announcement at the winter meetings, which begins, I think they arrive on Sunday, but it begins actually Monday. MVP Nation was good, my guy. He says, Juan Soto to Boston, make it happen, John Henry. We're gonna get into that next, so stick around because it's very interesting. I'm gonna give you my take. You might not like it from a Yankee fan, um, but it's gonna be interesting because we got some stuff coming up with that. Curry says it's a wait and see if Burns or Freed are Plan Bs or if one can be signed in addition to Soto. Jack Curry also declined to give a percentage of Soto coming back to the New York Yankees, but his gut feeling has been Soto would tilt towards the Yankees if they were competitive with their offers, and they have been. All right, so what do I take from all of that? Before we move on to the stuff, I mean, a lot of his stuff that we kind of already knew, but I mean, he's just kind of reinforcing what I've been saying for a while and what many of the Yankee YouTube universe or whatever has been saying is that people call us crazy and everything, but we feel like if the Yankees at least are in the ballpark to the top offer, that he's gonna lean towards the Yankees because he already knows the Yankees. He played with the Yankees. It seemed like he had a great time. There's no better person to hit in front of than Aaron Judge. It's just, I'm not gonna say it's a match made in heaven, but it's just good. Now it's all about the numbers. Can we be competitive with the bid? And I think Howe is doing that. As long as Steve Cohen or somebody doesn't go real crazy, which the Red Sox might do. The Red Sox just might do that because what's been buzzing around the Twitterverse is that the Red Sox have requested a meeting with Scott Boras and Juan Soto where they will be given a price that will get the deal finalized. So pretty much you could take this two ways, right? You could say, hey, the Red Sox, they're being aggressive. They're trying to get this done. They don't want to let this drag out. And they're going to tell them, look, name your price and we're going to give it to you. Or you could take us another way, what I'm thinking is because we already heard reports that he's already been in the process of eliminating teams, right? What if, right? You know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like the Red Sox got a call saying, hey, thank you for the offer. You guys did a great presentation and we loved it and everything. But unfortunately, Juan Soto feels like, it's not going to be a right fit or whatever. This sounds like they got a call like that, panicked, and was like, bro, let's get a meeting. Look, and now they're ready to really just give him a blank check. Like, look, whatever it takes. What's it gonna take? That's what I think. That's what I think. Because the way it leaked out and everything, and requesting a special meeting, why? It sounds like desperation, to be honest. And I know Red Sox fans are gonna be upset with me, but that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you don't mind, please like, comment, and subscribe if it's your first time. I'm your boy Jason. I try to come on here, usually late nights because I work. That's why it's called the Overnight Show. Chris the Flash wasn't able to join today, but hopefully he'll be on the next show. So let me know what you got. I think we got some Red Sox fans here. MVP Nation says, make it happen, John Henry. Look, he's gonna have to, if if what I think is true, that the Red Sox were one of those teams that got filtered out, that one sort of was like, you know what, thank you, but no thanks, then I think they're gonna have to really, really blow everybody out the water for him to change his mind. Look, that's not confirmed. I'm speculating, obviously, but that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like they got some bad news and they're trying to do whatever it takes because the fan base is already souped about it. Everybody's happy, and they need a big star. Yeah, you got Rafi Devers and Duran and everybody, but they need they're looking to make a big splash this offseason. I'll leave it at that. Let's move back up to here. Nanda 390 says awful contract. He's good, but come on. Yeah, man, but you gotta understand, Nando. He's not good. He's great. He's probably top three hitters in the league right now at any given time. It always fluctuates, but and he's 26 years old. You don't get a guy come around that often, and he's clutch. The man is clutch. The man is clutch. Yeah, the numbers are probably not like Otani numbers, but look at his on base percentage. This dude's at bats, man. Trust me, I've been watching him all year long because I always liked him. I always wanted him to come to the Yankees, right? When the Yankees got him, I was great. But I didn't realize he was that good. Watching him day in and day out, every pitch, every at bat, this dude does not let up, man. He's a beast in the box. So I think he's worth every penny, and that's just what the market is right now. That's just what it is. Do you think he would get over 700? I'm starting to believe it. Well, Corey, I think at first I didn't think because like Shohei obviously is worth way more than him. The dude pitches and everything, and even if he was just a hitter, is worth more. But That was last year. This is this year. It's a different market, different time. The market's always changing. Look at how much of these pitchers again. My man Luis Severino just got $67 million for 3 years from the Sacramento A's. I don't even know what to call them anymore. I'm just gonna call them the A's. By the A's, like who'd have thought that ever happened? You know what I mean? So it's just different times, man. Different times. Every year the market's different. So you can't really compare his contract to another person's contract. Li King, what's up, Li King? Li King be having the interesting taste, man. You need to be a GM, man. This dude's the most creative dude ever. But I think if it was up to Li, he'd let the whole farm play, man. Like five batters out of the nine to be all rookies. And he says, I will give Juan Soto 16 years. 16 years, jeez. 720 million and not think twice. I don't know about that one. A lie. 16 years is a lot. I think if you have to, if it comes down to it, I don't think they want to lose him. But that's 16 years, man. What's the AAV on that, Li? I'd like to know. Nando says Steve Cohen probably telling Soto he'll make him partial owner after hearing that Red Sox rumor. I don't think so, man. I think that's why you see the Yankee. You haven't really been hearing too much news about the Mets and Yankees. I think they know that they're like the top dogs right now. And so they don't have to really panic like that. And look, I could be reading this wrong, right? But it looks like a desperation move. It looks like I said, like they got a phone call saying, "Hey, thanks, but no thanks. We appreciate the offer, but we're gonna move elsewhere and look at other teams." And they were like, "Look, man, let's get him on the phone." The dude probably called Boras. Was like, "Look, get one on a Zoom meeting. I want to talk to him and just pretty much give him a blank check and tell him, look, what's it gonna take to get this done?" That's what that looks like to me. Corey says, just being that Cohen has the deepest pockets, I don't see why they wouldn't go to him last. I hear you, but it's more of a respect thing. At this point, man, you gotta understand. Like, yeah, it's about money, but at a certain point, it's not even about that no more. Unless you're gonna really go crazy. But I think they've already reached the mark where they were like, look, we're gonna um run the bids up to this price, and then at that point, they've reached already a level where he's comfortable wherever he goes. It's not all about money either, because you look, he could take the highest bid and play somewhere and be miserable. You know what I mean? What if Toronto might give him the highest bid? Well, they might say, you know what? Because at a certain point, they could just run on forever. Cohen could bid 10 million more. The Toronto Blue Jays come bid 10 million more, and they could just keep going on and on and on and on. And at a certain point, I think they want to get this done. I really do. Reports are that look, even Jeff Passman himself said that we might get a decision. We might get some news this weekend before the winter meeting. So that's interesting. That is interesting. Corey says, "Yeah, it's weird not calling them Oakland, but I feel you. I mean, it's just it's gonna be that whole situation is gonna be funny, man. Until I see them playing there, it's gonna be kind of weird to me. 45 million per year for hold on, I gotta do the math on that. Where's my calculator? Right, he says 16 times 45. Yep. 45 million for 16 years. But damn, 16 years, that's gonna put him to 42 years old. I don't know about that one, man. But if it gets it done, hey, you know what? Those last 2 years, last 2, 3 years, you're pretty much eating at that point. I think you're right. Boston got rejected, and now Simpson, Dodgers got rejected too. I think all those teal back to the Dodgers was going off yesterday. Yeah, I think the Dodgers. The main thing with the Dodgers, obviously, he just lost to them, so I'm pretty sure he wants to beat them. But it seems like to sign with the Dodgers, you got to defer some money, and I don't think he wants to do that. But I give the Dodgers one thing right. Yeah, they have been deferring money, but they also been overpaying for people. You know, that's the reason why Tommy Edman got what he got, and Blake Snell got what he got, because they're like, you know what, yeah, defer these payments, but we're gonna throw in a couple extra mil. And the Dodgers are smart because they run a freaking investment firm. I forgot the name, Guggenheim or whatever the name is. So that money gets put in an account, but it gets put in a fund that's being invested. So by the time 10 years or whatever comes around, they've already probably doubled that money. So man, they smart, man. They smart. I can't even hate on them. Eli says, yeah, that puts him at 42, but who cares when you get him in the prime of his career? No, I feel you, Eli. I really do, because in 16 years, players will probably be making 80 million per year, and 42 million to look like a steal, you know? So I hear you. I hear you. Will the Yankees do that? I don't know, man. I really don't. But you got to think, 16 years from now, who cares? Like I said, 42 mil for, top players at that in 16 years might be getting double that. So we'll see. But it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very interesting. There's a lot of things breaking, man. This whole Cody Bellinger thing has been heating up. Even guys who last year, like Yankee fans last year, who didn't want him, this year are considering him. Even myself included. I think I think the Yankees really want him. That's the reason why we keep hearing about him. It's the reason why dudes like Jack Curry are mentioning him. And look, Cody Bellinger, obviously he's not the same player. He's not the MVP player he was with the Dodgers, but I think I think that his bat plays well in Yankee Stadium. So whatever numbers he had in Chicago, I wish I had the numbers pulled up. I kind of did this on a whim, but you can expect that to be a little bit more. Now I've been hearing people comparing him to Joey Gallo and stuff like that. I don't think he's a Joey Gallo, man. Joey Gallo is a home run or nothing type of guy. Before we got him, his strikeout rate was incredible, man, crazy. And Cody Bellinger's not that. I think he's a little more athletic. You could play him at center or first base, but he's not my first choice. That's the whole problem, But I wouldn't be mad if the Yankees made a move like that. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be mad. But I'm hoping this Juan Soto thing gets taken care of this weekend, because we got to build a roster. A lot of teams, even the Mets got a lot of holes. Yankees got a lot of holes. Red Sox are looking like they're trying to make a move. They didn't even know what's going down, so they can start figuring out what they're gonna do. You know, it's a lot of things, man. But I wanted to go back to the Luis Severino contract, because I did a show. Usually I do this morning show. I haven't been doing it lately because I've been working a lot. But I did one where I was talking about DJ LeMahieu. I was just kind of like just thinking of ways to get that contract off our backs. And I was like, look, the A's moving to this new stadium, they're gonna start spending a little bit more money, right? Everybody thinking they're gonna be cheap, but they're actually gonna start spending more money, because they need to bring fans. They need to have people watching them on TV, because they just lost the whole fan base, pretty much. You know, maybe not the whole fan base, but a large chunk of their fan base is gone. So, but it's gonna be tough to get players to play there. DJ LeMahieu has a no trade clause, so the Yankees can't trade him unless he wants to get traded. And I have a feeling that they have been trying, but he probably told them no, he doesn't want to get traded. That's why we don't hear nothing about him at all. I'm sure a lot of teams don't want him, but if you package him in, if you put him in a package with somebody else, I think somebody would take him. And I think the A's, could use, and this is me maybe just having wishful thinking. I think the A's, with all their young players, man, they want to put some pros around them, some veterans, to show them how it's done in the big leagues. Show them how to prepare properly and stuff. And I think DJ will be a good fit. You might have to give up a prospect in there and eat maybe half of that contract, but I'd do it. I'd do it. But let me know who else is out there. I was a little upset with the whole Arenado thing because I think Arenado, even though he's slow as shit, he's not good on the base path, but his defense is incredible. And if you can get him and Donovan in some kind of trade, I think you make that move. DJ LeMahieu for Jordan Montgomery. I doubt the Diamondbacks would do that. And like I said, man, DJ has a no trade clause, man. I think Jordan Montgomery has a no trade clause too in his contract, but he probably wants out of there. DJ, I don't think DJ wants to go anywhere. It's gonna be hard to trade him. Nando says Severino straight robbed the A's. He probably thought he was getting pranked when he heard that contract. I don't think he robbed the A's. I think the A's have to overpay because nobody wants to. No big leaguer, like bona fide big leaguer, especially if you're a free agent. You went through all those years. You've been a big leaguer for a minute. And Severino, he's not the greatest pitcher, but there's a market for him. Teams do want him to go play in this minor league ballpark with all the shenanigans going on with this team and everything. You're not going over there to win because you know you're not going to win. I think they have to overpay to get people to go play over there. Plain and simple. So that's why he got what he got. Um, I don't think he robbed them. I think he pretty much told him, "Look, you want me to go play over there? You're gonna have to cough it up. You know, you're gonna have to pay up. Because if not, ain't nobody trying to go over there unless they start giving out more money. That's just how it is." Corey says, "I heard a report that the A's initially made an offer to Mania, but it fell through." Yeah, because he probably don't want to go over there. Mania probably wants to win, or he probably just doesn't want to play over there. Dude, they're about to play in a minor league facility that's not really built for major leagues. It's hot as shit over there in the summer. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how this all plays out. The team is pretty much, you know, it's a mess with all the drama going on. Who knows what's gonna happen over there? I'm sure they're gonna sell out. It's a tiny ballpark, and Sacramento they don't have nothing else but the Kings, so they're gonna sell out. But it's a mess. Nobody wants to be in the middle of that, especially when you start getting older and stuff. Yeah, you want to get paid, but you want to win too. So if you sign that deal, like Severino signed that deal, he knows that he's not getting paid. And Severino, he has I think he has more to lose, man. He has more to lose, and he took that 3-year deal because he's good for another 3 years. Just 2 years ago, we didn't think this guy could make it in the major leagues anymore. The Mets took a chance on him. It worked out, and he got his 3-year contract. He got the money he wanted. So we'll see how that works out for them. We will see how that works out for them. And it's good for the young pitchers over there. Like, cause yeah, the A's are a big league team, right? But they're more like that's like quadruple A. It's it's good to have some vets around, man, to show these guys, how it's done. Cause they probably don't know. They probably see, especially guys coming up in that system. I'm not saying they're not professional, but the big leaguers, man, they prepare the way they prepare and they do things is it's just a lot different. And these younger guys, they could learn a lot by being around these guys. Nico says, "Did you see Mendoza's son?" No, what happened? Let me know. I didn't. And I appreciate you joining the stream, Nick. I don't think I've ever seen you. If you're new, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But so yeah, I mean, like, it's a lot of stuff going on. I still think, you know, we got to look at the bullpen. Oh, before we even go into that, right? So, news also came out that the Yankees had a 90-minute meeting with Max Fried, and also they had a Zoom meeting with Corbin Burns, which is interesting, right? Because Supposedly, this all happened in November, so this probably happened a week or two ago, and we haven't heard anything about it. So we've been all well. I'm not gonna speak for everyone, but me myself has been like, "Hey, we still gotta make moves. You gotta do something. Yeah, we waiting on Soto. We still gotta move." So they probably been telling Soto like, "Yeah, man, we talking to Max Reed." And supposedly that meeting went very well. He's super interested in the Yankees. And look, that's a good. I know his postseason numbers aren't there, but Max Fried he's an ace. He's an ace on most teams. You bring him in, put him in the two slot. Cole, Max Fried, Rodon, or Luis Hill. Rodon, you got a squad now. And if you can move Stroman and Nestor, that's a rotation, man, that could compete with a Dodgers rotation, you know, or teams like that, or Seattle. So I like the idea that they're talking to him. I hope that they're not just kind of. I hope he's not the plan B, so to speak. I hope that's not like, hey, if we can't sign Soto, we'll go get this guy and these guys. I hope that they see it as a viable option. Like they're gonna get Soto, and then probably get another top of the line pitcher, and make a trade, get a first baseman, whether it's Cody Bellinger or somebody else, and then piece the bullpen together. You know, because we got Caleb Durbin, he could play. You put him at second, leave Chisholm at third, and all of a sudden, man, you're looking good. Dominguez, put him out there in the outfield, let him play. So the Yankees got options, man. The Yankees could really we got options, man. I hope, but it all depends though. You can't just Soto and done. That's not gonna work. Obviously we're not gonna get probably not gonna go sign like these top of the line free agents after Soto if we do get Soto, but there's still a lot of trades out opportunities out there. We still got a good farm system. So, but you gotta actually let them play. Like I tell Eli, like what's the point of having a great farm if they never play or you don't trade them? So you got to do one or the other: trade them or let them play. So they also been talking to Corbin Burns, which I don't. Man, I don't see the Yankees getting Corbin Burns. I feel like that's just way up there. At that point, what's I think Cole's getting what, 36 per year, 36 mil, something like that. And Corbin Burns is gonna be up there too. I think somebody's gonna offer him 35 around there, 32, 30 to 35. I'm leaning more towards 35 per year. And I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work out. And even Max Free too is from Cali too, I believe. But Corbin Burns, I could see him going to the West Coast, man. I really do. One of those West Coast teams. That's what I think. I could be wrong though. King Cash says, with his health and inconsistency, always take the money. Who you talking about? Talking about Max Fried? Um, I mean, he just really kind of had 1 year that he wasn't healthy like that. I don't know. At this point, though, man, I'll take him any day over Nestor, over Stroman, even over Rodon. I'll take him. Eli says, I don't know why we're wasting our time getting starting pitching. We need bullpen arms. Yeah, we need bullpen arms, but I mean, if a Max Free lands on your lap, you got to take it, man. You got to take it. And you said it yourself, Eli. You said it yourself. The Cashman's good, and the Yankees are good with fixing bullpen arms, man. It's just turning guys who come out of nowhere and making them into something. So I'm not saying that's the way to go because eventually it's going to blow up in our face. And a lot of times it does. Out of 10 guys that we pick up on waivers, three might pan out. The other seven end up getting DFA'd anyway. So, but yeah, I think we could trade for some arms because there's arms out there to trade for. There's arms out there to trade for. It might cost you. I think the Yankees should get. Let me know what you think, Eli. I think the Yankees should get a real bona fide closer. Nothing against Luke Weaver, right? He He stepped up big time last year. But what are the chances that he does that again? I mean, maybe he does, maybe he does. But I'd like to have a real closer in there, a solidified closer. Have Luke Weaver as the setup or as the bridge guy, and then piece it up from there. I think I'm not saying get a Tanner Scott, right? Because that's probably too expensive. But I'd take a flyer, depending on what they're asking for, on Devin Williams. I really would, man. I don't know. I've always liked Devin Williams. To me, he has the nastiest changeup I've ever seen in my life. In my life, dude. I know last year he was hurt for a while. His in the series versus the Mets, it looked like he was tipping pitches. But that's Matt Blake will fix that, man. Matt Blake will fix that. This dude's a beast. I think that war is wrong. Don't even look at that war. But he didn't pitch much last year because he was hurt. But we all know how good he is, man. But it'll be a rental. It'll be a rental, and it'll cost us some prospects. King Cash, what's up, King? He says, I thought the Yankees get Burns. They got more important holes to fill. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just too expensive. It's too expensive. I don't think that's where I think the rotation, like Li say, is not it's not the biggest problem right now. You know, so I think if somehow they could work on a deal, I wouldn't put it past the Yankees. Cashman loves getting pitching. You can never have enough pitching. That's one thing. You can never have enough pitching. But we'll see. It's gonna be interesting too with wherever Roki Sasaki goes. Because the way I mean, yeah, the Dodgers are the favorites, man, but they already got a stacked rotation. If I'm him, I'm looking at them like, okay, like where do I fit in? Most likely be in the bullpen or something like that. And maybe he doesn't want to do it. He probably wants to go to a team where he's gonna start where he has options. Right now it looks like if he goes to the Dodgers, he's going straight to the bullpen. Free trash in October. I know that's what I was saying. His postseason record isn't great, but hey, neither is Judge, right? But Judge is Judge. I think eventually good players, great players eventually break through in the clutch in the postseason. He's too good of a pitcher. Same way Judge is too good of a hitter. Eventually, they're gonna get it. Max Fried, I can see going to the Padres. I can see that too, man. He looks like a Padres type of guy. But at the same time, I don't know what the Padres are doing because they just let Higgy go for only 5 million, and he balled last year for them. And they let him go to the Texas Rangers for and 5 million a year. That's it. That's all he would have costed them. So they penny pitching, and we all know that's the reason why they couldn't retain Soto because they had to take out loans to make payroll. So I think they're really really trying to cut down low key. That's what I think. I don't think I think they've surpassed what they can spend. So they're operating in a negative, and they just can't do it. They can't. They're a small market team trying to compete with a huge market team like the Dodgers and stuff. I think they got to get smarter. That's why they let Higgy go. That 5 million, I don't think they want to do that. They got a good catcher. What's his name? Salas. I forgot his first name. The dude was in AAA, I think, or Double A out here. He was playing over here in San Antonio too, and he was like 16 years old, killing it over here. 16, playing with grown men. He's gonna be good. He's a catcher. So they probably waiting for him to come up. I don't think he's gonna be ready this year, but I know we talking Padres now, but that's a whole nother subject. Nanda says, I read some report that Burns was bummed the Dodgers picked Snell over him. He grew up a Dodgers fan. He'll probably go to San Francisco for a big payout. That'd be that'd be that'd be interesting, man. If he was to go to San Francisco, see them pitch against each other one day. I think that I think if he would have took some like deferrals, if he would have deferred a lot of that money, then maybe they would have went with him over Snell. I don't know. I'm not sure why they did that. And like he says, I'm sorry you can't have Max Fried taking up 30 million when you need bullpen arms. I hear you, but I don't think he's gonna get 30 million. I'm thinking like 25 mil. But even 25 mil is a lot. I hear you. I hear you. But hey, man, it, it could happen. I've seen crazier things happen. Eli says Tanner Scott I want, and in this bullpen, I would trade Luke Weaver, Mark Leiter Jr., Scott Efros. Oh man, you would trade the whole bullpen then. You can't see the thing is you gotta find that most teams, especially the Yankees, they save in the bullpen. That's where they save money. That's the last thing that's gonna get any kind of um any funds. They're gonna put it elsewhere. Do I agree with that? Not necessarily, but I mean it's been working. It's been working thus far. I think that I don't know about Tanner Scott because he's gonna get paid. I think you can trade for some guys out. There's a lot of guys out there, man. Or you could get some guys for cheaper. Freaking Carlos Estevez. I'm not a huge fan of him, but he's not bad either. He's not bad either. 2.45 ERA, 50 strikeouts. He's gonna cost you a lot less than Tanner Scott will. And I think he's decent. He's decent. Unless the Phillies keep him. I don't think they will. But that's another guy you could go after. There's arms out there. There's arms. There's a bunch of dudes that we never even heard of too. I think the Yankees could trade for guys to fix that bullpen. You know, I want to hear your guys' opinion on Clay Holmes, DK becoming a starting pitcher. What you think about that, man? When I heard that, man, I was like, you can't be serious, man. The dude could barely pitch 2 innings without being freaking just gassed, and you expect him to pitch a freaking to start a game, give you 5 innings, 6 innings. I don't know. I don't see it happen for Clay Holmes. I mean, I wish him the best, but I can't see him as a starting pitcher. I think he started out as a starting pitcher with the Pittsburgh Pirates and got smoked. Um, he just can't be. I don't think he got it unless he develops another pitch. He's gonna have to like really get another pitch or two. He's gonna have to start throwing that cutter again. He's gonna have to pick up a changeup or something to go with his sinker, because the sinker is just all over the place, man. He's just not a starting pitcher to me. That's a guy who gives you three to five batters tops. That's it. And I'm not even talking innings. I'm talking batters. 3 to 5 batters max. We get it, Eli. We get it, bro. We get it. King Cash Padres are not spending this offseason. I know they look. It looks like they cutting. Well, Higgy's and good, but he did good for them last year. Higgy was not bad, man. I think in terms of catchers, he's a good catcher, decent arm. Man, look, I like him better than Trevino, and I like Trevino, man. I love the dude personally, but I think Higgy's probably better than him. Losing Higgy isn't a loss. Mm. Well, who they gonna replace him with? That's what you gotta understand. And he did. I don't know if you watched any baseball other than the Yankees, Eli, but he stepped up huge for them last season, especially in the postseason. So I think Higgy he did way better with the Padres than he ever did with the Yankees. I'll put it that way. Give Tanner Scott 5 years, 25 million. I don't know. I don't even know how old is he. That's 5 years. That's a lot. That is a lot. But I agree with you though, Eli. The Yankees need to rebuild the bullpen. But I think right now I think they probably talking to people on the side, but they got to figure out what's going to happen with Juan Soto. Because if we don't get Juan Soto, that opens up the budget to do a lot more things. I think after Juan Soto, right? Once Juan Soto signs, I think the next big free agent is Willie Adames. He's the next dude, along with like Corbin Burns and stuff. Him and Willie Adames or Corbin Burns are the next right after him. Immediately, the teams are going to flock to. I am Big Buddy. What's your take? You think Soto's worth 750? Be real. I think that, like I was talking with Li about this earlier, that I think it yeah. You know what, and I'll tell you why, because you're not signing him for the end of the contract, right? Those last 5 years or whatever, this towards the end of his contract, you're not signing him for that. And at that point, right? At that point, look, like I was saying, players are going to be making way more than that. They're going to be making way more than that. So you're always going to eat some of this, man. Whenever you signing somebody for 14, 12 years, 15 years, you're going to eat some years of that. That's just the way it goes. But if you really want the player in his prime, which is what we want, he's 26 years old. So you got to think he's got a good 10 years of solid. As long as he could give you the numbers he's giving you now and maybe even more, 10 years of greatness, and then you're gonna have 5 of mediocre. So I mean that's just how it is. And like I says Tanner Scott is 30. So I'll have to see. So that put him to 35, 36 years old. He's good though. He is good. 5 divided by 75, that's like 15 per year, 15 mil. Damn, that's closer. That's a lot for a closer. 5 for 75. I don't think he would take that, man. I think he probably wants more than that. I think he probably wants more than that. Gary Sanchez back to the Yankees. Yeah, you can kick rocks with that, brother. Gary Sanchez is done with the Yankees. Done. I don't even know if he's on a team right now. I know he's playing with the Brewers. I don't know what's going on with him, man. And it's sad because he was, man, he has so much potential. So much. I think the worst thing that happened to him was the Yankees firing Joe Girardi. Because even though the whole thing that he was being very hard on Gary Sanchez, I think Gary Sanchez needed a dude like Joe Girardi, man. He needed that to kick him in his ass every now and then. That's what he needed. But Eli says we don't have left-handed relief pitching. I'm trying to think. No, we don't. Unless we re-sign Tim Hill. Re-sign him. I would sign him, man. He did great. Gary's a coming back. Gary's gone, dude. We got Austin Wells, man. Who cares about Gary Sanchez right now? I think Adames goes to Atlanta. Atlanta, of all teams. Atlanta doesn't like paying people like that. They let Freddie Freeman go. Then they're gonna sign a Willie Adames. I know the Dodgers, right? I think the Dodgers are trying to make a sneaky, sneaky move for Willie Adames. Yeah, Tommy Edman could play short. He could play everywhere, but I think he's more of their backup. I think they're gonna go after this dude. Yeah, I got you, man. We need left hand relief pitching. We do. Gary Sanchez isn't a catcher. He sucks as a catcher. He should have been a first base. I mean, he had an arm though, man. The pass balls was killing Gary Sanchez. That's why freaking Joe Girardi used to get on his ass, man. No, we good with Austin Wells though. Austin Wells is a starting catcher, hands down. That's it. It's not even debatable. We don't need to get nobody else. You know, we're good at the catcher position. If anything, we overstrength. We might have to, get rid of Trevino just to save some money. Right now, the Yankees need, like Eli said, we need a bullpen. We need to piece that together. But I think they're gonna Cashman is gonna work his magic on that. Um, but we need a first baseman. We need a first baseman. That's huge, man. We have no first baseman. At least second base, you know, we got it covered. Either way you think of it, because we could put Jazz at second, or if Caleb Durbin comes up and he's doing good, you could put him there and leave Jazz at third. We have Volpe at short. Hopefully that he could produce more better. The outfield, we pretty much have an outfield. Is assuming Soto resigns with the Yankees, and even if he doesn't, that's too easy to fix. We need a first baseman. That's what we really need. We need a first baseman. Um, hopefully, hopefully, you know, we get at least one big arm in the bullpen. Not saying Tanner Scott, but we gotta get a hard throw in there, and yeah, I think we'll be good after that. Once we re-sign Soto, if you think about it, yeah, we got to get the bullpen together and all that. But the Yankees are not in bad shape. Yeah, we have holes to fill. But looking at other teams that are in the running, not named the Dodgers, most of these other teams like the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, the Mets, they have way more holes than the Yankees. If you look at it, you like, man, the Yankees have a way better chance. And we're in the American League. Obviously the Blue Jays and Red Sox too, but they have so many holes to fill. The Red Sox have they have a good core and some young players, a good farm, but they got a long way to go too, man. I think the Yankees, man, to me, are the front runners. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, that Steve Cohen got the deep pockets, but I think Juan Soto, as long as the Yankees could really come close and match something or just be right there with the top bid, I think he comes back. Eli King says, I will move Soto to first base. Maybe when he's 42, since you're going to sign him for 16 years. Not right now, If you mention that to Soto right now, you think he's signing with you? No. Nope. 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 I would not move Soto to first base. Nope. I need Soto. I don't even look. He's not the worst. He's not the worst outfielder. First of all, he's not the worst outfielder. People just I don't know where people got this from. He's not even a terrible. He's not even a bad outfield. He's just average. That's it in the outfield. But his bat makes up for all of that. And his arm, he's got an arm. And every now and then he'll make a great play. It's just I don't know what it is. He takes bad routes to the ball, but he's decent to me. He is not the worst outfielder. And like says he is the worst outfielder. No, he's not, bro. I've seen worse. My guy, trust me. I could live with him. He's serviceable. He is serviceable. And his bat makes up for it. His bat makes up for it 10 times, tenfold. So he's not bad in the outfield. He's made some bad plays. Even on the base path, man. I'll be the first to say that I don't like sometimes the way, especially last year, like when you have Judge behind you, you don't try to take that extra base, try to stretch a single into a double. No, you got Judge behind you. And he would do it often, but I mean, look, you got to live with that, man. If you want him, you talking about you yourself, Li. You said you're gonna give him 720 million for 16 years, but you want him to play first base. Nah, bro. I mean, maybe later in his career when his legs start freaking not working anymore or something, but not right now. Nope. Li, you bugging, bro. I'm sorry. You bugging. Corey says, how much money do you think he'd be willing to leave on the table if Mets or Jays have the highest bid? I don't know. It's got to be a lot. That's the whole thing, man. It's got to be a lot. And everybody keeps saying that they're gonna go crazy and give him. We don't know that, man. I haven't heard any solid numbers. Like these people have been keeping this under wraps, man. Like this shit is top classified information, bro. Top secret. Nobody really knows what the numbers are. We just know it's above 600 at this point. And that could mean anything. It could be somebody's 615 and somebody else's 690. So, King Cash says, you got Judge behind you looking different in the playoffs. Nah, bro. Watch. I feel like Judge is gonna he's gonna shut everybody up this year. Watch. Allah says, and you can get Lars Nootbaar, who's a good defender in right field, and a miles better defender. Bro, what do you want, my guy? You want Soto? You say you just told me you're gonna give Soto 16 years, 720 million, but now you saying that you can't stand him. He's a terrible outfielder. You want to put him in first, bro? You are bro. You got bipolar, bro. You bipolar, dude. What are you talking about, bro? You can't have it both ways, man. Either you want to do it or you don't, my guy. Alive, man. Tripping, bro. I feel you though, man, because I was thinking about that earlier, and everybody's saying it's like, yo, if Soto signs with the Yankees, we like, yes, it's the greatest thing. If he goes to another team, we like, bro, he can't even play the outfield good. We're gonna trash him, man. Be like, bro, he ain't even that good. Watch when he starts freaking trying to stretch singles into doubles and get caught freaking stealing. You're gonna be pissed. Nah, man, he's a. But I mean, look, his bat makes up for all of that. All of that, man. Eli says it's not bipolar. What are you talking about? Are Yankee fans stupid on purpose? No, I'm saying you, man, because you just told me, and I'll go back. I'm gonna go back. You said, look, Eli, you said I will give Soto 16 years, 720, and not think twice about it, right? And then just several comments later, you said he's a terrible defender. He needs to play at first base, and that you'd rather have Lars Nootbaar. He's a better defender, or whatever. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I can't find. Hold on. Like, I will move Soto to first base. No, he's not good in right field. He's horrible in right field. Um, just do the right thing and move Soto to first base. And he said, and you could get Lars Nootbaar. I hear you a lot, but you seen the contract I put out for Soto, brother. What are you talking about? No, that's what I'm saying. Dude, you tripping, bro, my guy. I just showed you the comments, bro. I saw the contract you said, and then in the same breath, you said that he can't play the outfield and he needs to be in first base, and you'd rather have Lars Nootbaar. I'm like, bro, you can't have it both ways, man. But yeah, man, like I'm gonna say it again, man. He's not that bad. He's not that bad of an outfielder. He is not. Everybody's looking at talking about Cody Bellinger. I think this Cody Bellinger stuff is a real possibility, man. I really do. Let me see if I can screen share this. Look at his contract real quick. It's the only thing. I don't know how much if the Cubs want us to assume the whole contract or what, but his salary for 2025 is $27.5 million. With the That's strange. With the luxury tax is actually less. Oh, okay, 2025, 27 and a half. He has a player option in 2026. So that's what I'm saying, man. If he doesn't work out, right? Let's say we trade for him and we take on this money right here. The Cubs are gonna have to eat some of that, I hope. Let's say we take that on and he doesn't perform. Now we're stuck with him because he's not gonna opt out at that point. And we got a 2 years at 25 million. This could easily, like, it could work out, or it could easily be another Josh Donaldson situation where we paying this dude $50 million for 2 years and he's not producing. So it's I don't know, man. I really I look at his numbers. Let's go to his numbers here. Where's his average at? All right, let's pull it back out. So 2024, last year he batted 266, home runs was the home run, RBI 78, only 18 home runs. So his power numbers are down, way down from his Dodger days. 2023, he hit 26 home runs, 307 average. See, he's all over the place, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, which one? What are we gonna get? Are we getting 2023 Cody Bellinger, where his WAR is 4.35? Or are we getting 2022 Bellinger, where he batted 210? Or are we getting 2024 Bellinger, where he batted 266, 18 home runs? Like, I don't know. It's to me, it's too risky. That's my only thing, man. Even though I look at his swing and his swing seems like it's built for Yankee Stadium. And in Chicago, I don't know if you ever even seen games where in the winter it gets, especially like in the spring and towards late in the season, it gets really cold over there. The wind is crazy. So it's kind of hard to hit the ball out the park there, those times of the year. So I give him that, right? But I don't know, like, what are we getting? Like I said, this could easily turn out to be a terrible Josh Donaldson like trade. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I will make this move, but we need a first baseman. So I don't know. I don't know if the Yankees do it for that price, for 27.5 million. It's a risk. It's a big risk. But supposedly the Yankees have high interest in this dude. I don't know. I don't know if I do it. I really don't. I think I'd rather take a chance on Nolan Arenado, me personally. Yeah, he's not as athletic, um, but and he's on the decline, but his numbers are better than this. Especially if the Cardinals could eat some of that money, then you know, maybe throw in some bullpen arms. We figure it out. We can figure it out. King Cash says Siri definitely about to get overpaid, but you gotta respect the market. Talking about Jose Siri, he's already got traded to the Mets. Juan Soto per baseball savant is in the 30th percentile, the fielding value, and his OA above. No, I forgot what OAA means. His OAA is in the 14th percentile. Dude sucks in the outfield. Man, look, I'm gonna say this right. Look, statistics, all these advanced metrics, they're good. They're just a tool to look at, man. But your eyes, a whole nother thing, man. He's not that bad. Yeah, they have him at 38th percentile, which is not great. But look, when you what's his hitting at, right? 99th percentile. He's the best of the best. So you got to trade. You got to take one or the other, man. You know, sometimes you got to live with it. He's not gonna be the perfect all around player, but his bat is worth it, man. His bat is worth it. And what makes you think, right? Yeah, what makes you think that he'll be better in first base? He might be worse. He's never played first. And he's only 26 years old. That's the thing, guys. At 26, he can still get better. That's the crazy thing. So he can still get better. He should still get better. Eli says, here's the Bellinger trade I will make. Yankees acquire first base Austin Shenton. Mariners acquire first base outfield Corey Bellinger. Cubs acquire infield DJ LeMayu. Prospects from Yankees. That's never going to happen, guy. Sorry. It depends. It could happen, but what prospects? So that's very vague. Which prospects you're going to give up? That's the whole thing. But it could happen. And I don't think they want to eat that contract, that DJ LeMayu contract. So how much of that are you willing to eat? The eye test he doesn't even pass. Man, look, he's not, like I said, he's not the greatest defender, but he's not terrible either. He's serviceable, man. He's all right. Soto wouldn't be the first person or the last person to move from the outfield to first base. Li, man, you're please, dude. You're giving me a headache, bro. That's not gonna happen, dude. Don't you freaking understand that, bro? Maybe towards the end of his career, that's not gonna happen. It is not gonna happen right now, dude. Don't you understand that, bro? You're not gonna sign him to a $700 million deal and tell him, oh, by the way, you're gonna play first base now. It's not happening, bro. Whether you want it, whether the Yankees even want to do that, they're not gonna tell him that unless he asks to specifically do that. You know, it doesn't work that way, dude. You bring that up in one of these negotiations, and bro, you ain't even gonna get a call back, bro. Not even a call back to a courtesy call saying, "Hey, thank you for meeting with me. I decided to go to another team." He's just gonna be like, "Hell no, bro. These people lost their damn minds. It's not happening, Li. I'm sorry." This dude, this dude want to throw Juan Soto at first base, man. Who you tripping? I feel you. He's not the greatest. He's not the greatest outfielder. I got it, bro. He's not freaking Willie Mays out there, you know. But still, dude, he's not the worst either. And you gotta play him there. You have to, right? At least for now. Towards the end, the same thing with Judge. I hear people saying, "Oh, Judge is got to move to first base. He needs to play first." Like, even though Judge is a great defender, so I'm not comparing him to Soto, but at some point they might ask Judge to move to a different position, to save his legs, first base or something. And if he don't want to do it, bro, guess what? He's not gonna do it, man. He's not gonna do it. He's not doing that right now for sure. Man, Li, man. The dude's 26 years old, man. He could still get better. He can still get better. And even then, dude, so then if you don't like his defense, guess what? Don't sign him. You just said you're gonna give him that you gotta sign him at all costs and you will give him 720 million. But now you're saying, but he gotta play first base. Guess what, bro? You're not even gonna sign. If you're the GM, he just walked away from you. You just lost him. That's the that's just how it is, man. You gotta be realistic. Like, you gotta be realistic, man. I get it. I get what you're saying. You never even seen him play first. He might go to first and be even worse. You're gonna be begging him to go back to the outfield. It's not happening, man. Just don't even think about it because you're just gonna drive yourself crazy with that for no reason, man. For no reason. We have Mookie playing shortstop to start the season. You need stars that are willing to sacrifice for the team. I feel you, man, but he ain't. I highly doubt he's gonna do that, bro. And you don't even bring that up. If you really want him, you don't even bring that up. You just got to eat that. Or however you feel with him however you feel about his defense, just you got to eat it, bro. And that's it. And if you don't like it, then don't even come to the meeting, bro. Because that dude is not going to first base, man. He's not. He's not. And Li, bro, he's 26 years old. Don't you get it, bro? 26. He can still get better, bro. You're making it seem like he's 36. I understand he hasn't got better in 9 years since he's been a pro, right? That's what you say, according to you. But he doesn't mean he can't get better. If he was 36, I'd be like, and even then you could still get better at something. But I'd be like, it's probably not likely. But he's only 26. I don't know how old are you, Li. I'm 40 years old, bro. Trust me, at 26, you can get better at something. You're young at 26. Very young, dude. You have your whole life ahead of you, bro. You don't start seeing that turn in your body until you're like in your mid 30s. Some people a little earlier, early 30s, some people a little later. For me, like around 35, I start noticing I couldn't do the things I used to do anymore. You know, at 26 though, at 26 you can still get better. It's up to him though. You got to put in the work, get better. You know, you can still get better at 26. Trust me. At anything you do, you can still get better at 26. You say you give Soto incentives to play. I'm not even gonna entertain this no more, man. This shit is stupid, to be honest. A lie. It's dumb, bro. He said he's not going to first today, but if he says never, I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying, dude. You don't even bring it up, my guy. You don't even bring it up in the negotiations, bro. You've never negotiated for nothing ever. Then I can see that because if you go in there talking some craziness like that, if it was me, I look at you and be like, not interested, bro, and don't even call him back. I'll tell my agent. He'd be like, you want us to call him, give him an email saying thank you for coming, but no thank you. I'd be like, don't even do that, bro. And people bugging over there. MVP Nation says, I'm 24, 2 years younger than Soto. That's what I'm saying, MVP. I bet you feel like you could get better at something, right? If you really tried, you know. And I don't understand. Oh, LA, you all over the place, my guy. Now you're saying that Austin Wells in half a season went from an offensive first catcher to a great defensive catcher. Half a season, by the way. Okay, so what's not to say that something could click with Juan Soto and he all of a sudden becomes a great defender? You don't know that, man. He's only 26 years old, dude. He's only 26. It could happen. And he's not even the worst defender at all. At all, man. King Cash says, you definitely bring it up, but you say if we trade for another star, would you be willing to switch to fill him out? No, you don't, King Cash, bro. If you want this player, unless that's a deal breaker for you, unless that's something you then you don't bring it up. But if you really want the player, you don't even bring that shit up, bro. You're not even thinking that far. You gotta sign them, and then when the time comes, you be like, "Yo, look, my man, you might need to go to first base." You know, that's what you do, because you gotta get him to sign. Once he signed, eventually, I'm sure there's opt outs, and then he can opt out if he's not happy. But then you could be like, "Look, you gotta play first base. That's it. Play first base or play DH or something. That's all you're gonna do." A lie, bro. I'm gonna give you a little word of advice, man. 'Cause I'm reading this, man, and it saddens me because you don't even realize, dude. You say you're 2 weeks younger. You're 26 years old. That means, and you talking about reality is reality. If you're trying to get better at something after 9 years, brother, quit it. You're done. You ain't improving. Maybe that's your mentality, bro. That's a loser's mentality, dude. Don't think like that, Eli. Promise you, you can do it. You can always get better. So even me at 40, if I've tried something, if I put my mind to the shit, I can get better. Trust me. That's how I feel. That's how I think, man. I could do it. It may be harder. It might take me 9 years to get it, but I'll get it, eventually. Sometimes too, when you learning something, right, it be right before you're about to break through and really succeed is when most people quit. You know that? Most people quit right there when something great was about to happen because they feel like that. Oh, it's been 9 years and I still haven't got better. When really, if you would have gave it an extra year, that 10th year would have been the year, you know, you would have really broke through. I mean, that's how you got to think of it, man. Don't think negative. Be positive. And like I've been trying to get better at shooter games. After 5 years, I stopped. I see no improvement. So what am I, a scrub? No, that's what I'm saying, man. If you would have kept going, maybe it would have. Some people pick it up right away. Some people you got to play 10 years, 20 years, And even then, man, if you like playing it, then play it. Who cares? King Cash says, if we can get an all-star at your position, if we can get an all-star at your position to help the team, and you say I'm not willing to sacrifice, then that's a deal breaker because you don't want to win at all costs. I feel you, man, but just to get the deal done, you don't bring that up. That's what I'm saying. You're not dealing with somebody unless it's somebody that you don't even care for anyways. Like whatever, I could live without him. But the Yankees really want to sign this dude. Okay. And if you really, really want to sign this dude, you certain things you just, you know what, we'll bring that up when the time comes, you know? We'll deal with it when the time comes. But let's get him on the team first. You don't bring it up, man. Trust me. You know, it's gonna it's just certain things you don't have to bring up, man. I wouldn't bring that up. Luis Duran was good. I think Soto is gonna get 710 for 14 years. Let's do the math on that. Let's do the math. Hold on. Let me get I gotta get the calculator out. 710 divided by 14 equals $50.7 million per year. That's crazy. Cause I mean that he'd be the highest AAV ever. And he'll break two records. He'll break Otani's most lucrative contract and the highest AAV. But I'm a Dodgers fan, so I'm spoiled. I don't know the 100 million payroll struggle. Dang. Nah, bro, we above 100 million. Even the A's are above the 100 million now after they signed Severino. Now the Yankees in the 300 mil payroll, man. Yeah, man, y'all don't know the struggle. This dude got freaking Dodger fans are spoiled, man. And I don't even think they're done. That's the scary part, bro. I think they just getting started, man. They're gonna get another big name. I have that feeling. They're gonna get another big name, and people are really gonna be mad. Really mad. I don't think it's gonna be Soto. They're gonna get another big name. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what else we got here. But yeah, I mean, you got Anthony Santander there. See a lot of things, man. Like I get tired of talking about the same players over and over, but it's like the plan A, plan 1A, and then there's a plan B, a plan C. There's many different ways this could play out, and it all depends where this guy goes, really. I think that's where the Yankees are kind of tied up. I mean, they could be making other moves, and they should, but they can't really spend and like go and sign a big free agent until they figure out what's going on with him. But I think he's coming back to the Yankees. That's my belief, and I'm gonna stick by it, man. The dude, look, it's for you, Li. And when your WAR is 7.9 and your OBP is 419, and you got 41 home runs and 109 RBIs. Yeah, the stolen bases aren't there, but you batting like that, dude. I don't care how, as long as you're serviceable on defense, you're good, man. Just you keep hitting, bro. Keep hitting. Keep hitting. I don't need to move you to first and start preoccupying your mind with trying to learn a whole new position and everything. I just need you to hit. I need you to hit. That's it. And do what you can on defense. He's not terrible either, man. He's made some great plays this year. I wish I could look it up right now and show you highlights, but then I'm gonna get copyrighted because MLB they hate my channel for some reason. See what else we got here. The Dodgers payroll is less than ours. Yeah, because they deferred everything. They deferred $1 billion. MVP nations, are the White Sox above 100 mil? It's a good question. I think they are, but uh, give me a second. All right, White Sox total payroll. 2024. Yeah, they are. They had 132 mil. 132 mil. I'll show you. Oh yeah. Yep. Adjusted payroll total for 2024. This is 2024. I don't know where they at right now. 132 mil and a half. Yon Moncada, 25 million. He's the highest paid player there. And I forgot all about Andrew Benintendi. They signed him for 17 mil. I know he's kicking himself in the butt, man. He didn't want to re-sign with the Yankees. The Yankees wanted to sign him too. He didn't want to stay with the Yankees for whatever reason, and he's hating now. He's on the worst team in baseball. A lot of talks about Luis Roberts getting traded. Let me see. Luis Robert, he has. Oh man, he's cheap. He's still in arbitration. I didn't even know that. Let me see. Injured list. Oh yeah, but he's been on the injured list a couple times the last few years. In 2025, he's gonna make 15 mil. He's making 15 million next year. And he's got a club option, which is good because if he does good, you can hold him. But then you're gonna have to pay him 20 and 2027 20. So his contract is not bad. Or you can get rid of him in a $2 million buyout. His contract. The thing with him is I don't like these injuries, man. That worries me. But if he's healthy, that's a steal right there, man. If he's healthy. And like I says, the Dodgers can spend all they want. Doesn't mean they will win. Ah man, it doesn't mean that they will win, but I said that last year and they won, so but just shut up and just see what happens. If Soto goes to the Dodgers, it would be like Kevin Durant to the Warriors. No, if Soto was to go to the Dodgers at that point, I think Major League Baseball steps in and says, "Look, can't do that, man." It's crazy because they wouldn't be doing anything wrong either, because this is the rules that they agreed to. I don't think they ever thought that it would get that players would defer money like this. King Cash says we need a Tanner Scott type reliever next. Who the Dodgers? I mean, you guys got a pretty good bullpen. Evan Phillips should be healthy next year. You got that dude Trainer, man. He did good versus the Yankees. Even though the Yankees were hitting him though, but he found a way, man. Um, yeah, man. But your rotation's so good, man. That you still got some arms there, and you got some guys in the farm. You could throw them in the bullpen. Yankees are smart to let Benny walk. I don't think they let Benny walk because they were trying to re-sign him. He didn't want to sign with the Yankees, but he broke his hand or whatever it was, his wrist when we got him. It was a good trade though to get. I don't think he was built for New York. I don't think he wanted to play in New York anyway. But if I remember correctly, the Yankees were interested in signing him, and he didn't want to play for New York. Mm. Yeah, pass on. Yeah, when I look, his contract looks nice though, but something's wrong, and I see those injuries, man. 2 years in a row, too. That's not good. Knee and wrist. Yeah, that's not good. And like I says, the Dodgers won because the Yankees' pen and defense was trash. That's it. And our manager did a bonehead move in game one. Yeah, it was a lot of, but mainly the defense, man. And our star player, man, Aaron Judge, he got hot late, man. And then if he would have if Aaron Judge was hitting, well, it's a whole nother series, man, because he came up in a bunch of big spots, and he just couldn't come through. Eli says he will revisit Roberts at the deadline. If he's still around, he might not even be around at the deadline. You think if the Mets get Soto, will there be another Subway Series? Nah, man. They need to do a lot more than Soto, the Mets. A lot more. Right now they got their rotation is Kodai Senga and Frankie Montas. Man, they gotta do a lot, man. Especially when you got teams like in even just in the division, man. They got teams like the Phillies, the Braves are always in it. Then you got the Padres who a good team, man. Them dudes, they went toe to toe with the Dodgers and almost eliminated them. And then you got the Dodgers with this freaking super team, bro. It's like the Dodgers are literally the Avengers of Major League Baseball, bro. Like I think the American League team, the Yankees, right? That's what I was saying. Like he's got to know, man. I'm not saying that there's no other good teams in the American League, but the path to the World Series is way easier in the American League. Way easier. If Glaber makes a play that 10th inning, that doesn't happen. You talking about game one, right? When he let Otani turn a double into a triple. Yeah, he killed us. Uh, if Mets get Soto, Yankees are effed because the replacements aren't good. Uh, I don't know. I think even without Soto, we could put a good team. It won't be the same to me. It's gonna be hard to replace Soto, but the Yankees could still do something, man. They could still put a great team. It's like I said, especially in the American League, man. Especially in the American League. Even if your manager put in Hill, he would still have to face two MVPs. I like our chances. You're right, man. But the whole thing is, he did it again. He faced him just the next game. He put him in to face them, and it worked out. Look, I'm not saying that Freddie still doesn't hit that home run. I just feel like you got to go with what works, what's been working with you, you know. But that's neither here nor there, man. What happened happened. Hold on, I think my dog is scratching the door. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. I thought that was the dog scratching on the door. Let her in. What was I saying? Yeah, but I mean, look, the Yankees at the end of the day, they just didn't play well enough, man. They beat themselves, and if you play terrible defense like that in the postseason, you don't deserve to win. And but I think we had a good chance, man. If they just played solid fundamental baseball, man, just the basics, we could have really. I think it would have went to a game seven. Ken says, "Don't forget about the Padres and the Diamondbacks." I know, yeah. I mentioned the Padres, the Diamondbacks. We'll see this year. It's gonna be interesting. I think the Padres have the best chance of doing damage to the Dodgers. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, the Phillies are always looking. The Phillies, I don't know. What I think the Mets just got hot. The Mets could put a great team together too, but they have a lot of holes. They have way more holes than the Yankees. And if you're just joining us, we're just going over all this Juan Soto shenanigans. It's looking like he's gonna make a decision soon. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a Yankee fan, but I think he's leaning towards the Yankees. I don't think it's just about the money. And if you look at all the teams in the runnings, right? The Yankees, even though we have our holes, we have our problems, we have the least questions, right? The Mets, I think, have more question marks. The Red Sox have more question marks. Um, who else? The Blue Jays definitely have more question marks. The Dodgers, I don't see them going over there at all, but who knows? I don't even think Major League Baseball allows it to happen, to be honest. How do you think the Mets would have played against the Yankees if they would have beat the Dodgers? Um, I don't know. The Mets are smoking hot, man, but they kind of fizzled off there at the end. I don't know. It's a good question, man. We would never know. I think the Yankees. Look, man, if the Yankees play like they did versus the Dodgers with the Mets, you can't win. You can't beat anybody like that, man. Making dumb errors like that. Three errors in one in the fifth inning from hell. Who you gonna beat like that? I don't care if you playing a AAA team. You're still gonna lose like that. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Next game doesn't have that type of pressure on the pitcher. The next game doesn't have the pitcher. I think if the Yankees would have won Game Five, oh man, it would have been on, dude. The pressure, that Game Five. That's why I don't even want to think about it, man, because it's just gonna get me upset. But that game right there, it just puts all the pressure back on the Dodgers at that point. But once you're down 3-0, it's like you got nothing to lose anyway. You're supposed to lose at that point. But winning game four and then almost winning game five, they would have won game five. Oh, the Dodgers would have been under a lot of pressure. They would have been feeling it. Because you can't blow a 3-game lead, a 3-0 lead. You can't blow a 3-0 lead and go into game seven. You know, King Cash says Mets didn't have enough pitching to win the World Series. Defense didn't cost. The beyond poor situational hitting is what. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a combination of everything. It was a big freaking gumbo of BS, man. For real, it's just a lot of issues. I think all the issues the Yankees had in 2024 just all got just highlighted in the World Series for the world to see. And it's unfortunate, man. It's really unfortunate. Look, I'm not gonna lie, it broke my heart, man. It just to lose like that. It's not losing because people are like, why are you mad? You made it to the World Series. Look, I'm happy I made it to the World Series, but to lose like that, to watch them lose like that, it really broke my heart, man. And look, I'm not the biggest Boone fan at all. I'll be the first to tell you that. But when they was doing that post game interview and to see him choking up, I could tell, man, that they were all devastated. Even Juan Soto when he was giving it, but he had to kind of play it off and go into free agent mode. But you could tell that he was devastated. Judge, everyone, that team was hurt. That was a tough loss, a real tough loss. Dodgers would have won at Game Six. I mean, we never know. I tell you one thing, man. Judge looked like he woke up. His bat woke up. It would not been easy. When Judge is hitting, it changes the whole lineup. It changes everything, man. Ken, what are you talking about? What did you watch the World Series? No, he's right. Situational hitting, and a lot of that was on Aaron Judge. I mean, let's be honest. He came up in some huge at bats, didn't come through. There was one at bat in particular that I would never forget because I felt like the tides were turning and we got robbed by the Empire. When Gleyber Torres was batting, I don't know if it was bases loaded with two outs or it was like second and third. If he would have got on base, he would have loaded the bases. And there were two terrible calls that should have been balls, right? And full count, that pitch that was like literally at his chin was called a strike by the umpire. When you had Juan Soto literally on deck, he was about to get the biggest at bat ever. It was like the bottom of the eighth inning, bases loaded. Juan Soto coming up, and it never happened, man, because the umpire made a terrible call. And I'm not blaming it on the umpires. That's just one moment that really stuck out to me. The defense was ass, yes. I'm a diehard Mets fan, but I feel the Yankees are going to the World Series next year. I hope so, man. I hope so. I'm not gonna lie. Like, look, and I know a lot of Yankee fans don't like this, man, because I'm a diehard Yankee fan. But I wanted the Mets to beat the Dodgers. Not because I wanted to face them or any team, But because they're the New York team, man, I always go for the New York team. If the Yankees are not in it and the Mets are playing somebody else, I want the Mets to do good. That's how I am. Yeah, like if you don't score, you don't win. I watched the games. I did the play by play for all. I did the play by play. What am I looking at? I watched the games. I did the play by play for all the games in the World Series. That's cool, man. Yeah, you got to score, man. I don't care how good your defense and pitching is. You can't win without scoring, man. That's literally the whole point of the game, to have more points than the other team. You've hit it. All right, man. Like I said, it was a combination of everything, man. It's a little of defense. It was situational hitting, obviously. And the situational hitting, that's something that's plagued this team. It's plagued the Yankees, not only in 2024, but for the last, seems like the last like 5 years, with the exception of a Stanton and even Soto, man. Judge came through big versus Emmanuel Clase and the Cleveland Guardians, but that was one at bat. We were not worried about Game Six rolled on. You should have been, man. You should have been. It's not even rolled on. I'm not talking about rolled on. You should have been worried about the Yankees bats waking up. Aaron Judge in particular. That's what should have worried you. Three moments to me that changed the series was using Nestor to close out game one. Correct. I agree with you. Even though it could have went either way, because who wants to say that Tim Hill doesn't do the same thing? But I don't think it happens that way. I don't. Putting Trevino as a pinch hit in the middle of a rally in game two. Who would you rather put? I know a lot of people said they would have rather had Dominguez or even Trent Grisham, but I understand why he went with Trevino. You know, he needed a righty bat, I guess. So, two, and the errors in the fifth inning of Game Five. I'm gonna give you even more key moments, right? Because I remember it's still fresh in my mind. In Game One, right? Game One, freaking Kike Hernandez hits a triple on a ball that should have been a double, but Juan Soto just misplayed it completely. Allowed him to get a triple. They score a run. Remember, because we took the lead early, I believe. Was it? Anyway, that was one run right there. Later in the game, on the throw in from the outfield, on a double from Shohei Ohtani, I don't know what the hell Gleyber was doing, trying to scoop the ball, just lollygagging, just I don't know, lackadaisical defense. Lets the ball trickle by him. Nobody's where they're supposed to be because the ball just rolls all the way to the mound and there's not a Yankee uniform in sight. He takes third base easily and ends up scoring the tying run to go into overtime. It's just yeah, man. It was a little bit of everything. That kills you though, man. You can't do that. Can't do that. Dominguez or Cabrera. I feel you, man. I feel you. You know what's sad too? That I remember that back Trevino. Look, he's not a power guy, man. He hit that ball as hard as he can hit it too. But he's not gonna hit a home run to center field. It's just not gonna happen. It's just and then he swung at the first pitch too. It's like even though he got a pitch to hit, I guess. But it's like, damn, man. Eli says I was so high on Stanton. You can't sell Stanton. You can't trade him. He has a no trade clause. There's nothing you can do about it, man. And Stanton is look, and I was like, man, if you go back in the videos, right? And I never took it down after Game One versus the Royals, right? Game One versus the Royals. I think he got thrown out or something. Stanton. I was saying that they need to bench Stanton. They need to bench him. And boy, he made me eat my words because literally after that, he just went on fire, dude, and just killed the whole postseason. So I'm not gonna speak back on saying, look, to me, he's earned the right to be on this team. He's earned the right, especially with I think this year will be the last time that he gets paid that money, that 30 million. Even though the Marlins are paying some of that, and after that, it's like 10 million a year. So he's not killing the payroll after this year. So why not? Let me see. Let's look at that just to make sure. Oh shoot. All right, where we at? Okay, yep. Yeah, so 2025 he'll make 32 million. The Marlins are paying a lot of that. Look, he has deferred money too. So I'm hoping the Marlins are paying all this deferred money. So they're gonna be paying him to 2028. They actually, oh, I see. Okay, so in 2026 they're gonna pay 10 million of that, and then another. Okay, yeah. So after next year, he's gonna be 19 million a year. In 2027, it's 15 million, and then at that point, he has a club option where the Yankees can just get rid of him. So, I mean, look, he's earned his keep, man. He had a postseason that I would never forget, man. I don't think I've ever seen somebody go on a tear like that ever. Ken says Soto took a bad route to the ball and it got past him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That killed them right there. Look, if you take away that run, we win. If you take away the same thing with somehow Otani makes it to third on a pass ball by Gleyber Torres, that was the tying run right there to bring it to take it into extra innings. If that doesn't happen, we win game one, and what's not to say is a whole different series after at that point. I think I think as soon as Freddie Freeman hit that grand slam, all the momentum shifted the other way. All of it. Like it sucked the air out of the Yankees, man. Stan is our best hit in the playoffs, and after this season, the Marlins start paying a portion of his contract. Bad take. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Look, if he could perform like that every postseason, which it seems like he has, because even before that, man, he's had some of the biggest hits I've ever seen in a postseason game. Remember that grand slam versus the Red Sox, bro? That was one of the most clutch hits I've ever seen. So, I mean, if he could perform like that in the playoffs, it's worth it. I'd pay that. He's probably the reason why we make it. I know everybody says the reason why we made it to the World Series was Soto. I think Stanton is the reason we made it to the World Series. How do Yankees normally perform against Glass now? Not good. I don't think Aaron Judge hits him good. It don't matter, man. Glass now will be hurt by the middle of the season. He'll be hurt again, so it doesn't matter. By the time we play y'all again, he'll be on the IL. Hopefully not. Knock on wood, man. I don't wish that on nobody though. Just needs to stop being Mr. July and start being Mr. October. Yeah. Eli says he's not killing the payroll, but it doesn't make sense on the roster anymore. No, he's killing the payroll. He's making 32 million next year. Just for next year though. I mean, but look, he played great in the postseason, man. You can't take that away. I don't care what you say. I'll take that any day, bro. Any day. And he's gonna give you 30 home runs if he's healthy. Easy. I mean, the only thing is that he hogs that DH spot up. And you can use that. You can use that for Judge. You can use that for so that's the only problem I have with Stanton right now. He is getting his money, but the Marlins are carrying 10 million for each. Yeah. Yeah, we just looked at his contract. Man, I got a headache. Should just hit me. Just needs, yeah, that's what I was saying, man. The DH thing, as long as Judge could he could hold on for a few more years, man, it won't even matter. Man, Li, dude, we don't make it to the World Series without Stanton. So, man, he at one point he carried this team, literally carried this team through the playoffs. Man, I was looking at I don't know, man. I'm still, and call me crazy, man. I still like Nolan Arenado. I still think that would be a great pickup for the Yankees if they could somehow get him and freaking Donovan from the Cardinals. But the thing is that Nolan Arenado, he has a no trade clause, so he would have to agree to be traded anyway to whatever team. And I don't know, you have to find a way to get the Cardinals to eat some of that money. That's the crazy. The more I look at these, especially these large contracts, the more I look at them, there's always deferred money in them, though. 9 out of 10 times, there's gonna be some kind of deferred money, which is crazy, right? Like this deferred money. This is Stanton, right? If we go to, hold on, let me zoom out. Let's check Nolan Arenado. Look how much deferred money he's got. He's getting 2 million per year, 3 million, all the way up to 2041. So look at all that deferred money. If you look at most big contracts, there's some kind of deferred money or some shenanigans going on. Let me see. Just curious. I've never looked at how Aaron Judge's contract is structured. No, Aaron Judge is straight up. He's like, no deferred money here. 40 million per year. Straight 40. Oh shoot. But when you see this, right? This is why they count the AAV at 46. You see that 2 million per year and then deferred money. That is just crazy, man. Just insane. I'm curious though. Yep, Mookie got a lot deferred too. He's getting almost 10 million per year, all the way up to 2044. It's crazy because the Dodgers are gonna, even after these guys are retired, Shohei, Mookie, they're gonna be their payroll for retired players. They're not even playing is gonna be like in the hundreds of millions of dollars. It's crazy. It's insane. I'm just curious. Now I'm just going down the rabbit hole because I never looked at these contracts. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Let's look at Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman, same thing. Deferred. All that's deferred right there. 4 million for 12 years. So that's like 50 million deferred. Crazy, man. And this is Blake Snell's contract. All that deferred money. It's insane, man. Insane. It's crazy. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that, man. I don't know how that makes me feel. And I know other teams can do the same thing, but I don't think players want to do that. I think just for some reason, just to play on the Dodgers, they're willing to do it. It's time to move on from Giancarlo. King Castle, why do Yankees need Cardinals to eat money? Yeah, got it. Ball out. No, because we not trying to play that, and a lot of that deferred money. You know, the Yankees don't really do that, and not for Nolan Arenado. He's on the decline, dude. He's not worth it at that price. At what was he getting, like 30 million per year? He's not worth it. But if they can eat some, I think the Rockies are already paying some of that. If they can eat some of that at 15 million, now he sounds that's a great deal. We paying 15 million for DJ right now. I'd rather have Arenado, but they got to eat the money. I don't think the Cardinals is looking for somebody to take that whole contract. Eli, a guy that kills in the playoffs, doesn't make sense. What? Yep. Chris Judge is how old? Chris Judge. Oh, you talking to Chris? Okay, my bad. I was like, who the hell is Chris Judge, dude? Yeah, Chris, what's up, man? When Stanton went on the IL, the Yankees fell off the cliff. You're right. That's the crazy thing, Ken. Isn't that funny, right? For some reason, when Stanton's not in the lineup, we're losing team all of a sudden. We always talk about Aaron Judge not being in the lineup, but I think Stanton is the X factor, man. Like for some reason, when he's not in the lineup, it changes everything. It's crazy, right? It's hard to believe almost. Aaron Judge is 32. He has 4 to 5 more years before you need to start using him as a DH. Hopefully, knock on wood. Yankees don't defer money on contracts. Yeah, I was just trying to look at some of these contracts. I haven't looked at Garrett Cole. I'm gonna pull that up. Uh, yeah, Garrett Cole has no deferred money either. Yeah, the Yankees they don't do that. This is Garrett Cole. The Yankees don't. They seem like I think they just want to get it over with. Yep. Stan went on the IL. We struggling. We can easily make a. I don't know, man. Just let it go. The Ace was good. It was good. The Ace. I love your channel too, man. I'm a long time fan. Honest, I'm glad that you joined it, man. Appreciate it. You think we ever gonna see $1 billion contract? We might see $1 billion contract this weekend. Yeah, I'm just playing, man. Yeah, I think we're gonna see it. We're definitely gonna see it soon. Like they've already pushing the envelope, man. 700 million. Juan Soto's about to get upwards to 700 million. Who knows? He might surpass that. I think we'll see it. Maybe I don't think it's gonna be like next year or anything like that. Maybe in the next 10, 20 years, we'll see it. Unless something changes big time. Yamamoto. Hold on, let me move my. Well, I got this over here. One second. Yamamoto, the only one who wasn't having it with the deferrals. Now Yamamoto wanted his money up front. Yamamoto's smart, man. Not smart though. Is that he's never got paid like that either. Like that to that level. So he was like, man, I gotta get paid. Dudes like Blake Snow. Blake Snow's already seen like at least like upwards to like 100 million. Um, Obviously Shohei Otani makes a killing off the field. So they're comfortable already. They've already seen that bag. A lot of times, dudes that like never got paid like that, they want to get their payday. So they're definitely not deferring any money. 10 years from now, the Dodgers are going to be in a cap hell. They won't be able to sign burnt toast. No, that's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. If they put a cap, I guess I don't know. It depends how they work it out, but I don't think they're ever gonna put a cap. I think that the Dodgers are smart because from this one, look, I'm not a financial expert. I don't know how this stuff works, but from what I understand, And according to the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, the money has to go. They have the money right now to pay the player. They're just trying to avoid the luxury tax thresholds, right? So they have to put it into an account to show that they have the money. So the account, because they have like an investment firm, whatever it's called, I forgot the name. So they put it into that investment firm, and so it's in there an account that's actually growing. So it's actually making money on its own. So by the time they pay these people, right? By the time they pay Otani the 680 million that they have in that account, they've already made probably all of it or at least half of it back off of their investments or something like that. So they actually, it's actually genius, man. It's genius. People acting like we're a poverty franchise. Spend the money, how? Yeah, man. I think the thing with how I think he would spend more than that, but he just don't like paying these small market teams, man. He don't like giving away free money. But it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do, or freaking do the deferral thing. The same thing the Dodgers do. So I'm looking at all these dudes on the Yankees, and the only person who has deferred money is Stanton, and that's because that contract was negotiated by the Marlins, and we just assumed that contract. But there's no reason why we can't do that too. Chris says, "What's up?" Yeah, Eli is everywhere, man. Eli says, "I'm only trading for Nolan if the Cardinals take on both LeMahieu and Stroman, and then I will flip Nolan to Boston for random." Yo, Eli be having the craziest ideas, man. He be having them 10-way trades, 10 teams, all kinds of crazy. For a random dude, I don't care, just take his contract. Yeah. The thing is though, DJ has a no trade clause, so and I don't think he wants to get traded, man. I think they probably tried low key. They didn't put it out there, but he doesn't want to get traded. At this point, either you DFA him and just eat the money, or you find a role for him somewhere, man. Put him to play. 10 years. What says? Damn, where my glasses at? In 10 years, we're going to double down. In 10 years, we're gonna double down. Shit, I can't see shit, bro. In 10 years, we're gonna double down our if they don't change the furrow. Yeah. Appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Definitely should collab soon. Yeah, I definitely would, man. Appreciate it. Hit me up. Eli, man, Eli, Eli be killing me, man. Why is it wrong when the Dodgers do it, but the National do it, but the Nationals, it's okay? Explain that. I'm not saying it's wrong that the Dodgers do it. I actually think that they smart. If that's what you're saying, I think the Dodgers are genius, man. The way they doing it, they really they rather put that money in an account where it's gonna grow. It's like they put it into the stock market. The stock market is going up. They rather put it invested so that in 10 years from now, when they have to pay these players, they've already made most of that back. Just invest in it. So it's almost like I'm not gonna say free, but it's you're not paying as much as they're not paying as much as they you think they're paying. To put it that way. Uh, I think the MLB would change the rules on deferred money in a few years. Yeah, they're gonna have to because a lot of teams can't do what the Dodgers are doing. They just found a loophole, and I don't look. I mean, I can't even knock them, man. I wish the Yankees would do the same thing, but they found a loophole and they milking it, man. They taking advantage of it, and it's on the players too. It's on the players because dudes like Blake Snell, they willing to defer this money just to play on the with the Dodgers. So I mean, it is what it is. But they are. I would say this though, they are giving more money than they usually. They're overpaying for some of these players, like Blake Snell. They gave him a little bit more money because that's the incentive to defer. Is like we're gonna give you more money. You're not gonna get it right now. You'll get it later, but you're gonna get it. Ken says you're correct. The money is guaranteed. However, the payout is going against present day salary. Correct. The money is guaranteed. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. For the player, it sucks. All right. For the player, it sucks because the purchasing power of the dollar is not going to be the same 10 years from now, whatever it is. But for the Dodgers, is genius. Is the best thing that could happen because they don't have to pay them later. Later in 10 years, the price of freaking chicken buckets are gonna double. So they're gonna be the inflation, everything is gonna be more, and they're investing the money. That's what I'm saying. It's not like it's just in an account because they still have to pay a little bit of interest. That's part of the agreement to the player. So the money's in the account, but they're whatever fund they invest in this stuff in, they getting a good return, so they don't care. In 10 years, they probably make 50% of that back. So if it's 100 million deferred that they have to pay in 10 years, they're gonna make 50 million, of that. So it's really they only paying 50 million or something like that, man. It gets real complicated, man. This shit is just like starts getting freaking scientific, man. Shit's giving me a headache, to be honest, man. No, I'm joking, man. What's good, fam? Yanks don't got last licks, at least not reported. Yeah, I know, man. Jack Curry, look, he say he can't confirm that they have last licks, but I mean, that's just how this stuff works. That's just how this stuff works. He just came off the Yankees. I'm sure he got a relationship with Cashman and Howe. And I've been saying this from the beginning. I'm sure that Howe's like, look, yeah, just do if you give us the benefit of the doubt that before you go sign with another team, come back to us and give us a chance to match it at least. You know. So he probably gave him his word, like, yeah, I'll do that. And that's probably what it is. It's not like last licks or anything. It's just before he signs with another team, he's gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. And I compared it to the Giants with Saquon Barkley. Cause what's that? I forgot the show, man, when they show like the behind the scenes. But anyway, the same thing happened with Saquon Barkley. The Giants were like, look, go ahead, go try, test free agency, go see what your market is. Before, just give me the benefit of the doubt. Since he's been on the team forever, he came up with the Giants. Before you go sign with another team, just come back and give me a call and see if we can match it. And if we can't, then we wish you the best. And they wished him the best. And it was a terrible decision, but that's not what the show is about. Threshold is another word for cap. Yeah, man. Pretty much. Because after 301, every dollar you spent is double. So that's what I'm saying. So I got into it with somebody a few shows back where he was like, how is it a loophole? How is it a loophole? These players agreeing to this. And I'm saying that's not the loophole. The loophole is that they stay under the cap and they don't have to pay out of pocket. They don't have to pay these small market teams, and that's the loophole where they could keep that payroll under the 301 mark. Where they're not hitting those thresholds. Mm, Yeah, diversity, annuity. It's smart what the Dodgers are doing. They are building an international brand over there. Hats off to them. Yankees sign Soto and Vlad next year. LA will be Japanese. We'll be we'll be DR. That'd be crazy, right? If we could sign Vladdy, man, that'll be crazy, man. Imagine we get Juan Soto back and next year slime Vladdy. That'd be huge. I think that I think if the Blue Jays are not contending, right, come the trade deadline, if they're not contending and they don't feel comfortable with where they stand, then Vladdy's probably gonna get traded, man. So we might see him sooner than you think. Hopefully. And he says Hard Knocks. The Giants are smart for letting him walk. It don't look so smart right now, man. That dude's killing it with the Eagles, man. Giants made the right move, letting him go. I mean, I'm not saying that was the bad move. The bad move is when they signed when they signed Jones. That was the move, man. Hard pass on Vladdy. Li, man. No way Jays trade with the Yanks. Yeah, you're probably right, but I mean, this happened before, I guess. I don't know if with the Blue Jays, I'm trying to think. I can't think of any trades, but if they're not even in it, man, then why not? It's not like he's going to re sign with the Yankees. They don't know that. Renee says Saquon ain't getting those yards in New York. Ay, man, he's killing it right now, though, man, with the Eagles. Killing it, man. Like, Ken says, talk with Jason, 161 River Ave. He's great with the financials of baseball. He owes an MBA from Wharton. Yeah, man. I've been watching Jason forever too, man. Been watching him forever. The this Giants downfall was when they didn't trade back. Ah, man, this turned into a Giants show. But yeah, man. So I mean, it's either that or if Juan Soto walks. I mean, even if we get Juan Soto, what do you think is the next move for the Yankees? Really, what's the next move? You think they go out and sign a Christian Walker? Are they even still interested in Christian Walker? That's what I want to know. I think they are, but if you could get Cody Bellinger for cheaper, if the Cubs are gonna eat some of that money. But I would say if you just join in, my thing with Cody Bellinger, right? My whole thing with him is this. Let me pull him up real quick first. Is that he's not consistent. And for the amount of money he's paying, for the amount of money he's getting paid, Cody Bellinger. All right. Look at this. 27.5 million for the next 2 years. For the 25 season and the 26 season. Like, if he don't pan out, man, all of a sudden we have a Josh Donaldson situation on our hands. And that's what I'm afraid of, right? I understand, like I said earlier, I understand that the ball plays different in Yankee Stadium, and he's a lefty. His swing is built for Yankee Stadium. But what if it doesn't pan out, man? If you look at his last 2 years, right? In 2023, it seemed like he was back. He was back to his somewhat normal form, somewhat like what he did in his earlier years when he won the MVP. But last year, all of a sudden, 18 home runs, a 266 average, a 2.2 wars. Not terrible, but for $27.5 million, it's not great either. If we could get 2024 or not 2023 Cody Bellinger, I take it all day, right? But what if he just regresses from here? Because if you look at the 2022, it's not so great. He batted 210, 21, 165. I'm not gonna count 2020 because that's the COVID season. So that's my thing. For 27.5 million, you're pretty much stuck with him. If you can't, let's go back. Where's the contract details? All right. So like I was saying, man, let's say in 2025 he doesn't do as good as we hope. We're stuck with him at that point because he's not going to go back into free air. He's not going to opt out. He's not going to opt out, and we're stuck with him for another year. And all of a sudden, you have a Josh Donaldson situation where you're paying him top dollar, former MVP, and he's not producing. That's my biggest fear, man. My biggest fear right there. Eli says Tanner Sky's the next move. You need a defensive center fielder. We have a defensive center fielder. His name is Trent Grisham. I don't know if anybody wants to see him in the starting lineup, but technically he's a defensive center fielder. From the reports, the next signing will be Max Fried. That's why we was discussing that earlier. I don't think because everybody keeps thinking that he's gonna get Corbin Burns money, Blake Snell money. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I think that Max Fried is obviously the starting pitching market is way higher this year than I've probably seen it in a long, long time. You know, if you're giving Sevy 67 million for 3 years, that kind of changes everything. But I could see Max Fried getting like 25, 26 around there, 27. That's a lot of money. I don't know how the Yankees budget it. Like I would like another, or I would like a number two, right? Obviously, Cole's our ace. Rodon was supposed to be that number two, but he's flaky. You don't know. We have no idea what we're gonna get from Rodon. Luis Hill, his sophomore year is coming up. Hopefully, he can build upon his rookie of the year season. You get a Max Free, we have a strong rotation, right? We still got to find a way to get rid of Marcus Stroman and Nestor. The starting rotation, yes, although it needs help, it's not the biggest. I don't think it should be priority number one. I don't. I think you gotta get a first baseman. You have to. You need a first baseman. That should be priority number one, besides Soto, obviously. And then if you can, unless Max Free falls on your lap where he just wants to be a Yankee so bad and you could work something out, you know, I would look at first base first and then start trying to get this bullpen together. Cause right now the bullpen is non-existent with the exception of Luke Weaver. I think Scott Efros is still on the contract. I haven't seen that dude pitch in years, man. I don't even know where he's been. He's been hurt the whole time, so can't expect much from him. I think there's different things we need to focus on besides the starting rotation. But like they say, man, you can never have too much pitching though. That's the thing. That's the thing too. Look at the Dodgers, man. They got like six aces over there. Oh. Bellinger also holds the option for next year, so he plays like crap in 2025. He doesn't opt out. That's what I'm saying. That's Ken. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's the thing that I'm worried about the most. That if he doesn't pan out, right, we're stuck with him, and all of a sudden you got Josh Donaldson 2.0. I don't like that, and his numbers doesn't tell me that. It's not like he's consistently. He had a good year in 23, touch free agency. Nobody wanted to bite on it. He signed this 3-year deal, and now the Cubs are trying to get out of it. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one only because his swing feels like it's perfect for Yankee Stadium. Every time he swings that bat, and the last time he played over here, I think he hit a home run. So, for Rodon too, lefty on lefty. Excuse me. Now I gotta wake up early too. Well, I want Reed Detmers from the Angels. I see him as Carlos Rodon 2.0 with better stuff. I don't think the Angels are trying. The Angels are trying to get better. Free requested a second meeting with the Yankees. He is interested in being a Yankee. Move Stroman and Cortez contracts. You have his salary paid for. Yep, they got to move him. But you know what? I know Marcus Stroman. Trying to look at his contract real quick. Okay, yeah, he had a vesting. Uh, yeah, they can move him. They definitely can move him. Yeah, they're gonna have to move him, especially he didn't play in the postseason at all. So it's at this point, there's no point of him being on the team. Not for 18.5 million. Yankee Li says, I feel like Bellinger goes to Seattle. It's crazy.
The first base issue can be dealt with via the trade market. Brandon Lowe, Diaz, Mountcastle. Yeah, but you gotta give somebody up. You gotta give them up. I think it could be dealt with the via the trade market, but that's not. We're not the only people looking for. The Houston Astros are in desperate need for a first baseman right now. So but with they, we can or you take a fly on Paul Goldschmidt, right? Like Chris always says, that's an option too. That's an option. Reed is expendable with all the left-handed starting pitchers in the Angels rotation. Maybe we give them a couple of our pen arms. We don't have no pen arms though. That's the whole thing. I do Luke Weaver. Nah, man. Luke Weaver. I think he's getting what, like 2.5 million this year. I think you gotta, for now, you gotta take that, man. You gotta keep him on the team unless you start getting other pitchers, man. But he's right now, he's the only person we got in the bullpen that's reliable. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like Clay Holmes is coming back, and I don't want him to come back either. But so J- Jay Cousins looks good. He needs work though. He needs command. He don't have command of his pitches. But I think we bring back Tim Hill, and I would like to go make some trade for some guys, man. Whether it's Carlos Estevez or somebody, we need arms in the bullpen, man. And I want some hard arms. Everybody keeps talking about bringing back Tommy Canley. Stop, man. This like I- no, man, no. Dude, I don't want to see somebody in there throwing the same pitch, the same changeup 67 times in a row. Bro, what are we doing, man? If the Yankees really bring him back, at this point, it's like, come on, man. I understand, like, people love him in the clubhouse. He's a fun dude and everything, but no, dude, no. We need some real pitchers. Jordan Romano's a good one too. I'd be interested in him. I think Matt Blake could work his magic with Jordan Romano. He has potential, man. The Astros aren't cash strapped and have an interest in Alonso. We'll see. They are a little cash strapped though. Not that they don't have the money this year, right? But I don't. They know Alonso wants years, and they're not gonna give him years. And next year they need to sign Kyle Tucker, so they're a little cash strapped. A little cash strapped. I don't want Canley back, man. I don't want Tommy Meatballs back. I'm done with him. I love the dude personally. He's a funny dude. It seems like, man, he seems like a good dude to be around and chill with, but I can't have somebody in there throwing who can only throw a changeup, bro. His fastball's gone. I'm pretty sure Josh Hader has a no trade clause. D Rob is the man. Bring him in. Tommy Kenley. Yeah, I'm done with him, and I'm sorry, but I am done with him. We got Tanner Scott, Devin Williams. Would you? I would love to get Devin Williams, man. Carlos Estevez. I mean, there's some players out there. Christian Walker's a done deal. Pete Alonso. I don't know why people think that the Yankees will actually sign this dude. I doubt it. I would be shocked if the Yankees were to go after him. Like, let's say Juan Soto walks. I would be so shocked if the Yankees were to go after him. I mean, it's the complete opposite of really of what they trying to do. They're trying to get more athletic, you know, and it makes no sense. And then you take that option away for Judge to go to first base when he needs to, or anything like that. All right, the ace, man. I appreciate it, man. Take care. Nice meeting you too. I highly doubt it. D Rob is the man. Oh, we went through that already. But yeah, any more LA, give me some idea. LI, give me some trade ideas, man. Who else is out there? Who else is out there? I really do like Brendan Donovan though, man, but it doesn't as more time passes, it doesn't look like it's likely that this is gonna happen at all. Which is unfortunate, man, because he bats lefty. He'd be the perfect leadoff hitter for the Yankees. I mean, who's gonna be leadoff? I understand like Caleb Durbin when he comes up, but he's just a rookie. Even if he makes the 26 man roster and earns a starting spot, like you're gonna put him leadoff? You think he deserves that pressure, man? I mean, I'm sure he can handle it, but he's just a. We thought the same thing with Volpe, and look what that did to him. I don't know. With batting leadoff, it's a certain approach you need, and I don't know. I'm hoping that Volpe steps it up this year, man, because we need somebody to step up. We need somebody to take that leadoff spot, man, and really be the leadoff hitter. Jason Dominguez is the leadoff hitter, man. I don't even know if he's playing though. You know, are they gonna give him a legitimate shot? I think they have to if especially if one sort of walks, or even if he stays, you have to at that point. But they don't like his defense. I don't think so. So they might platoon him with Grisham or something. It's interesting. I don't know if they're gonna do that. They might deal Jason Dominguez. How do you feel about that, Eli? What if they trade him? They might deal him. Combo trade with the Cardinals, bring him, yeah, Brendan Donovan and Ryan Helsley. That's what I was saying, man. I would even, I know people, I don't know, man. I like Nolan Arenado. I still think he got some juice in him, but the contract situation and he kind of, he's not as athletic as I'd like. He's slow as hell, man. That dude's slow as shit, but plays great defense. He's gonna give you, 20, 25 home runs. I know, but I agree though. Ryan Helsley would be perfect, man. We need an arm like that in the bullpen. We need him, and it matches up perfectly, man. But will the Yankees do what was necessary to make a trade like that? Are they gonna give up? Are they gonna give? It's gonna cost, man. That's gonna cost you at least a Spencer Jones, at least off the rip. And I'm willing to part ways with that for that deal. And then Spencer Jones plus more. You know. Eli said we didn't pay Dominguez because he got hurt. I swear, Yankee fans. Eli, Eli, come on, Eli, my guy. The only reason why they brung him up because we were screaming because at one point, freaking I'm drawing a blank. My bad, guys. I'm tired, man. At one point, man, freaking what's his name? Left field. I can't even remember. That's how tired I am. But at one point, man, they would not bring him up. They said it, oh no, we want to keep him down there to play. And we like, bro, the guy you got playing left field right now is batting 200 and can't hit for shit. Just bring the dude up and let him play. And like, come on, man. They should have brung him up. All right. He was hurt. He got hurt down there, but he was killing it down there. And they wouldn't bring him up, Li. They would not bring him up. And they playing those games, man. And especially with him, like they not giving him the same chance they gave Volpe. I don't give a damn what anybody says. And he deserves it. Dominguez deserves it because he has the potential to be way better than Volpe as far as the bat is concerned. But they don't give him a chance. They not, he should have got a chance. As a leadoff hitter, Volpe had a 21 game hitting streak. Yeah, but then he fell off the map. after that. First player you get is Profar. Yeah, then you have a leadoff hitter. Profar is a beast too, man. He's a Dodger killer too. Then you're willing to move Jones or Dominguez. I try to hold on to Dominguez, man. I still feel like he's special. No, they weren't. At towards the end of the season, though, alive Verdugo was terrible, and they still wouldn't bring him up. This is September now. It's like, yo, bro, bring him up, bro. Like you could bring him up. There's space on the roster now, and they still wouldn't bring him. Eventually, they brought him up. And even before that, bro, he was killing it in the minor leagues. They wouldn't bring him up. They wouldn't bring him up, and they do that a lot, man, because they don't want to burn up their options. They were stuck with Verdugo. What did you want them to do? Eli, man, you have selective memory. I realize that, man, bro. You really do, man. Because I don't want to dig back. I'm gonna go back and get the receipts to show you. At a certain point, Verdugo was doing terrible, and they wouldn't bring him up. And finally, they brought him up. They decided after they said they weren't gonna bring him up for the remainder of the season, they brought him up anyway. And then remember, it was like a battle. Okay, they started playing Dominguez more, and him and Verdugo kind of platooning the left field position. But Verdugo ended up going on a hot streak, and that's it. That was the last we saw of Dominguez as far as playing time is concerned. So come on, bro. I know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, what time is it? But anyway, I appreciate everybody joining me, man. I'm gonna try to come on this whole weekend, especially since supposedly Soto might be making a decision this weekend. It'd be very, very interesting. If you don't mind, please like, comment, and subscribe. You're talking out your ass, my guy. I mean, whatever you say, a lot, man. I know what I'm talking about, dude. Is it like, come on. I ain't the smartest dude. I know my memory is not the greatest, dude, but I remember that. I do. And I'll go back and I'll show you. I'll go back and find it because it was a big thing. And we're like, don't you bring this guy up? Verdugo is not hitting shit. My man is terrible at the plate. Can we agree at that? He did not hit at all. I said, we're like, bro, bring up Dominguez. I get the defense part. And Aaron Boone specifically said that he didn't want to bring him up to not play because he wants him to play every day. So that's why he left him down there. And then he brought him up anyway. He brought him up anyway towards the end of the season. And then they started platooning them, started giving Dominguez chances. But Verdugo ended up getting a little bit hot, and that's it. It was the end of it. You too, man. Soto to Boston. Yeah, he's going to Boston in a Yankee uniform, though, when we play y'all next season. Have a great weekend, man. I know Dominguez got hurt a lot, man. I know he hurt his oblique. I got it. But when he came back, he went on a tear in the minor leagues and was killing it down there. And they wouldn't bring him up. They brung him up just to play the little league game. Remember that? And send him back down because you had that extra roster spot. And then people was like, bro, why are we not bringing this dude up? Why are we not bringing him up? Verdugo's not hitting. Jackson Holiday, the number one prospect in baseball, was hitting almost 700 at AAA and came up to the majors and couldn't hit. He ended up being, yeah, no, he couldn't hit. I mean, the dude has had a lot of pressure on him. Like it happens, but you got to give him. But they didn't give up. They sent him back down, because he needed that. They sent him back down because he needed it, but then they brought it back up. You know, look, with these prospects, man, all because a dude doesn't do good right away, you don't just give up on them. Especially with somebody, I feel like Dominguez has a lot of potential, man. We've seen what he could do already. So he needs a chance, though, a legitimate chance. And I don't say that about everybody, but I think he needs a legitimate chance, and he can be a good player. He's a switch hitter too. If he can produce, he'll be huge in the lineup. He could be a leadoff too. His speed is there and everything. I'm just saying that they got to give him a chance, though. I didn't say I didn't say Trey Verdugo. I didn't say that. I said bring him up earlier to let him play. They bring him up late at the end and then barely let him play. That's all I'm saying. No, the Yankees went. They what I think, man. They didn't want to burn one of his options. That's it. But they did it anyway. I think though that he's gonna be a part of this team this year. I really do. Um, what role? Who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe they leave Judge at center field and put him at left field. Put Dominguez at left. But I think you gotta give him a chance, man. If not, then let him go, then trade him. Trade him while you could get something for him. Why not? No, man. I don't think that was the Yankees' plan. Dominguez was not. Look, I'm not. I don't want to say that he wasn't hurt at the dead. I'm talking about September timeframe. September. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Not the deadline. I'm talking about September. Dominguez was ready to play, and they wouldn't bring him up. He better be on the roster. They have to put him on the roster. But anyway, man, I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow night, probably late, like today, and we'll talk about it more, man. I'm just tired, man. I gotta wake up early. It's 1:27 where I'm at, so I gotta be up at 4:30 in the morning. So just imagine. I'm running on fumes right now. But I appreciate it, guys. Eli, I appreciate I know I go back and forth with you. But I really do appreciate you sticking through the whole show. You're a trooper. Ken, it's great to meet you. I've seen you always commenting on Jason on 161 first River Ave. I love his stuff too. I've been a fan for a long time. I'll get to this last comment and then I'm gonna sign off. Fans' expectations for prospects are unrealistic. Comparisons of Dominguez and Mantu. Yeah, I don't do none of that, man. I just think that he's a good player. He's a solid player. And look, if he doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. But I feel like he deserves a shot. Oh, I've been skipping my alerts. That's not good. Yeah, I think he deserves a shot. I think he does. I'm not that's not what I'm arguing though, Eli, man. I'm saying that like towards the end as in September, like it was like late August, early September, they were hesitant to bring up Dominguez for whatever reason when Verdugo was clearly like not producing offensively at all. So it's like if he's not doing anything, why not bring this kid up? Give him a chance. And eventually they did bring him up. They did the right thing eventually, but they had to put their foot in their mouth because they said at one point, like, no, they're not gonna bring him up. They bring up guys like Duke Ellis, and we're like, whoa, where's Dominguez? Where the hell is Dominguez? That's what I want to know. But anyway, guys, I appreciate it again. I really do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, we get some more news, man. It looks like it's coming down to the wire. That's it. This is the final stretch. Juan Soto is going to be making a decision very soon. I really truly believe that, and hopefully, it's to to return to the New York Yankees. If not, then we're gonna pivot and figure out what's the next move. I appreciate it. Stay blessed, everyone. Have a blessed, blessed evening.